Hi, this is John from Chicago, and welcome to my channel. You're watching, you just watched my 9-year-old grandson learning to drive his FPV RC car. It's a great way to get kids into the FPV world by teaching them on an RC car versus a quadcopter, which is three-dimensional flight versus two-dimensional on the ground. So it's a great way to start. This is the EMAX Interceptor race version that EMAX put out to get kids into this hobby. It's fairly economical. It's the basic kit is $56. It includes a radio controller to operate the quad. You have steering and throttle forward and back. And then you have the car itself. For $96 you could get a model that has an FPV monitor, goggles, and this is not the goggles you get. This is my Beta FPV goggles. I did a review on those a couple weeks ago. They're a little less expensive than the ones that you're getting, a little cheaper. But anyways, it's a great way to get kids started. It's a lot of fun. As for the car is made to run on a smoother surface. It'll get caught. It can't really go through grass. It'll get caught outdoors, so you won't get very far on grass. So it's really made to run on carpet or a hardwood floor or concrete or pavement. Part of the running on hard surface, if you get something smooth like a hardwood floor or vinyl flooring tile, the car will drift when you go around the corner. It'll start to slide out, and drift racing is a lot of fun. It's a new level to learn. Most of the kids will start on carpet though, and carpet's fun also. And the car itself, it has the body comes off. There's two little clips that hold this in place, so your top comes off. And then you have your FPV camera that's sitting here, and it has a FPV antenna that sends a signal back to your goggles. I did a quick range test and I got 165 meters and it started to die. But when I did turn, I had to go up the driveway at 90 degrees. The antenna was 90 degrees to the goggle antenna, so I started to get signal again. So you'll probably get about 220 meters if the antenna was upright. The car is powered by a brushed motor. It's an 8mm brushed motor. There is suspension on the car, which works really nice, and it's rack and pinion steering on the front, so the steering is great and it works good. For charging the batteries, there's a USB plug right here. You plug your USB cable in there, and it'll charge the batteries, but most people don't charge it that way. It's a pain to take the canopy off, and when you're charging you can't run the car. So most people, there's a battery bay on the bottom. I got this opened right now so you can see there's a little screw that holds this in place for kid safety, although most people just use a piece of tape so they can get to it pretty easy without their little screwdriver, which they give you. And you can put up to a 450 milliamp hour battery in it, which will run about 15 minutes. You have the on-off button for the car on the bottom, and then on the controller over here there's an on-off button. And then the other piece of control information is there's a little button right there if you want to change FPV channel, but most people just run it with the channel that's on. Unless you have 2 or 3 of these cars going, you'll need different channels, so you could use that little button to get a different channel. I think it's a great way to get kids into the hobby, and I recommend it. For $57, it gets you another thing to keep you busy when you have to be inside, and it's a good way to teach kids FPV. This is John from Chicago. Thanks for watching, and if you have any comments or questions, please leave those below.